Hey traders, in this video we're going to talk about strategy tester. So here now we have the Bitcoin chart. So in this Bitcoin chart, let's say we want to test some kind of strategy. So how do you do that without actually risking your own money? And you want to see a certain strategy, how does it work? If it's, if you think of a strategy, you think how does it work before this. So what you can do is, here at the top here you can see it says indicator. You can press on that, and then you can, under this tab you will see indicators, strategy, profiles and patterns. So you go to strategy, and then here is all the defaulted strategy that is given. So let's say you want to check on a moving average cross, so you click on this. So when you click on that, something else shows up at the bottom. So this is where the tab where the backtesting has happened, and if you go look in detail, you'll see this, all these arrows indicates this is where the strategy have taken buy or sell, things like that. And from this report you can see here it says overview. So in this overview it shows you the total PNL, how much did it make from when to when. You can see from this is from September 29 2025 to October 5th, which is today. So how much did it make in overall is 9,000 USD. So here the value might seem a lot. Why is it? Because we need to first put our initial capital. So this one is running under default, so we can click here and go to settings. So when you go to settings, under the properties tab we will see initial capital. So this one currently is a defaulted one, so we can put something reasonable. Let's say we put 1000 USD. So this will change the values from here now. And under order size we can put, let's say you are risking, maybe for the video purpose, let's put for 5%. So 5% of your equity it will use to take the trade. Okay, so this one is pyramiding, and then commission. So commission is quite important because when you're taking trades you do have some kind of commission, you do have slippage. All this is real life values, but for now we will not use this. See, this is what they call as cost simulation. This real cost simulation, where you need to use this when you're doing real life backtesting, but for now we don't use this. So we'll just keep it this way, and then we'll put OK. So now you see here the total PNL for September 29 to October 5th is $4. If we are taking a risk of 3%, 5% per trade, we'll make $4, which is not so much. Max equity drawdown. So this is basically how much maximum risk did the strategy take, and what is the lowest he have been. So this is actually very low because it's not taking a very big position size, and it's not floating in the loss a lot. So it's either cutting it short very quickly or it's letting it to go in profit. And then here is the total trades. So number of total closed trades, winning trades and losing trades. So here you have 1444. Why is it a lot? Is because we are currently in 1 minute time frame. So it's basically taking every single thing it's taking based on this cross, moving average cross. So here we can actually go under inputs, and then we can change the length. Let's say you want to choose a 50 moving average, and you want maybe around 10 bars to confirm. You can tweak this. This is the tweakable parameters in your strategy. So now you can see your total PNL source 2. So let's say if I change this to maybe 21, see, everything here will change. So this is like a trial and error thing where you will try to find, based on a certain time frame, certain length, everything, and confirm bars. Let's say if I put 9, see, it changes, and then all the entry conditions also do change. So you see, now it's like this. Now it's it is based on what you are setting up here. So this is very important. So make sure if you stick with one, and let's say if it's profiting, let's say your total PNL is very good, your equity drawdown is very low, total trades is reasonable, okay, profitable trades. This one is actually a trap where people will always want to look for a higher number, let's say 80% profitable trades or like that. But you don't need to be having a very high profitable trades if your risk reward is very good. Okay, so this one is it's a number where it's showing you, out of all the trades they have taken in this timeline, how many of them is profitable. So it doesn't you can't be taking from entire history in the free version. You have to get the premium version to backtest the entire history. So if you want a very accurate analysis, you can always do in the entire history. So for now we'll just stick to the basic one. And then profit factor. So this is actually quite important. Profit factor is basically your gross profit divided by your gross loss. So anything above 1 means you're profitable, and anything below means the strategy is a non-profitable strategy. So actually a common goal is to look for a profit factor of 1.5. so that is actually a good number to look for, basically. So for now, in this overview, we can see the equity curve. This is the equity curve. See, it goes up in profit, down, it's bouncing up. We want to always look at equity curve going something like this. So if the equity curve is like this, that means it's very volatile. That means you can get stuck in a lot of losing trades. You might get discouraged from the strategy. So you always want to look for something that goes up. So the next tab, we can always make this bigger. The next tab is performance. So here it shows you the open PNL. So currently the open profit or loss, the net profit, the gross profit, gross loss, how much commission you have paid. So since we have put 0, so it's showing nothing. And then if you have just buy and hold, so that's the baseline you look at and compare. So if you have just buy and hold, you would have made 8%, but this strategy is just 0.04%. so it's not a very good strategy. So only if your strategy makes more than the buy and hold, then it's worth to be using this strategy to trade. If not, might as well you just buy and hold. You are much more profitable in that way. Max equity run up. So this one basically says the maximum possible win that the strategy could have incurred among all the trades it has made. Okay, so and next one is max equity drawdown, and then max contract health. So the most important we want to see is the net profit and also the drawdown. Okay, so the next one is trade analysis. So here it shows how many trades that the strategy have took, how many longs, how many buys, and how many shorts, and then total open trade, winning trades, losing trades, percentage. So is the strategy more towards the buy side, or is it towards the short side? So here in this one, it's a bit more higher than the buy side, so 37%. Average PNL, how much can you look at the average profit or loss, average winning losing ratio? So these are quite good metrics in terms of backtesting, where when you have a specific very good backtesting strategy, you can always look at this and try to see, you know, all these kind of parameters before you risking your own hard-earned money. Okay, because this is what happened previously, but also you need to have in consideration that whatever happens in the past might not happen in the future. So but you can use this as a baseline report, something like this. Okay, so the next one is risk performance. So these are all the metrics to calculate, you know, how well is your strategy performing. Okay, so you have the Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio, profit factor, and margin call. So we look at the profit factor. If you want to go in depth, you can always go look for a better positive or negative, you know, depending. And this one, profit factor, we mentioned before, has to be a bit higher than 1.5. It's a common goal for many people who are looking at this. Okay, and then list of trades. So here it shows all the list of the trades that they've taken, where it took, what is the PNL, all this. Okay, so my view on this is it's actually a very good tool in TradingView by itself, since it's free. And you know, let's say you have some kind of indicators that you want to try and see how can I use this on this specific chart. Let's say for Bitcoin USD, so how does it work? And then you can always tweak different kinds of settings and, you know, play around, see whether is it profitable. See, this one is all in negative. So let's say we put some high up, confirm bars. So you can play around with this. So 50, and I want only, let's say 5. Okay, so or you can also use on, let's say, forex charts. So this is Euro USD. How does it work with, you know, stock market? How does it work with cryptocurrency? How does it work with you know, different kinds of assets? So you can always change the time frames to find the best suitable one. So you see, this one is quite how we actually wanted it. So it's slowly, you know, going up. So here the total PNL is 11%. The equity drawdown is 1.74%, which is pretty good, I would say. Like anything below 10% should be very good strategy, because it's not risking too much of your entire capital. Total trades is 300. But you see, from this point, look at since when it started. So this is where people might get confused. So imagine you have taken a trade, the first trade on 1971 and up to 2025. That's how many years? Close to, can say, around 50 years worth of trading, and only you make 11%. That's not that good. So here in the performance metrics, we can see if I would have just buy and hold, I would have made 117%. So it's still not a you know, that good of a strategy, because over the last 50 years it only took 300 trades. So, you know, things like this, some people just look at, you know, one thing and then they think, okay, you know what, this is the holy grail, I'm going to use this strategy, I'm going to tell everyone I know to use this strategy, and end up they missed out on so many things that could have made and make them lose their money. So we don't want that. We want to look at all the different kinds of metrics to make sure. I mean, now you have ChatGPT, you can, just take a screenshot of this. Let's say you have, this is your strategy, you can take a screenshot of this, all this, and then just ask ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini, is this a good strategy based on blah blah blah, and it will give out all the good relevant information. So in the days of AI, you have like a real financial analyst beside of you who can advise you and tell you things. You don't have to go and look for things. You can always double check with LLM models, because all these things are, it's a common thing. It's not something somebody have found and invented. All this is gross profit, gross loss, buy and hold strategies, or this Sharpie ratio. What is the best Sharpie ratio to look for in a strategy? What is the best Sortino ratio? What is the best profit factor? You can look for for forex, is it good for 15 minutes to have a certain kind of ratio? A lot of things you can tweak and change and play around with this. So you can always do it exactly how you want. And there are also a number of I think there is one extension in Chrome that you can put a range. Let's say now you want to backtest, let's say from length 1 up to length 100, and you want to also backtest confirm bars from 1 up to maybe let's say 30. So it will do a combination analysis like one by one, and it will save every single something like this. It will start with, let's say, 1, and it will start with 1. So now there is nothing, right? So it will go 2. So this is 1, it will save this, and then it will go 3. It will go all the way up to 100 or whatever the highest range that you have put, it will go. And then next it will go to 2, and then it will start back again with 1. So basically it's doing like a combination of your entire backtesting and see which two values has the best performing for this base for this time frame basically. So then all you got to do is, once it has run for, I think it will run quite some time, it will run for maybe 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours depending on how much of range you put. If you put 1 to 10, it might finish very fast, but if you put 1 to 200 and this one 1 to 200, you have a lot of combinations, so it might take some time. So once you have completed everything, it will show what is the highest profit and loss. If you are looking at the lowest, you want a strategy that has a very low drawdown, so then it will show you. You want to see something that has taken a lot of trades, it will show you. So I will make a video on that specific tool, so that one will be like a tutorial video on how to use that. So that one will be quite a good video to show people who want to do backtesting on their own, and it's free, by the way. That's not a paid tool, it's free to use. And then so that's about it for this backtesting. It's quite good tool that TradingView have given as for free user as well. So y'all can try and play around and let me know what you think, what strategy you're using, or to do backtesting, and what other things that you have done. You can share in the comments, or you can let me know. So I hope you have learned something in this video, where I'm just going through one by one in TradingView, in all trading setups, trading, how it works, what it does, all this, so that as a beginner you won't be lost, thinking that there is no, because a lot of people I see teaching in YouTube, all they want you to do is to get you to sign up for their course and all. For me, I look at it as all these things are free to learn, and it's all available online, so might as well I just teach you guys for free. Then y'all can also come up in trading, because I know trading, it's a long journey, where I've been in the market for close to 13 years, and I've seen all sorts of people trying to con other people by charging such a high price for a course, or I have the holy grail, things like that. So I don't want other people to go through that same thing, so that's why I'm doing this. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. My next video most probably will be this TradingView analysis, where the extension part, so stay tuned for that.